Well, here we are. We have made it. Glamis sand dunes. Quite possibly one of the most dangerous deserts here in California, or well, in the United States of America, just because of the sheer sizes of all these sand dunes. You only find locations like this here in California or Abu Dhabi, places like that. And we're conquering these sand dunes today with the all-new, brand new Silverado ZR2, the most off-road capable Silverado ever made. And going back to Glamis again, this is the location that, well, you don't really find many instances of this around the world. In California, it might just be one of the most dangerous deserts out there, and today it's going to climb well past 100 degrees, and we're doing everything with the stock Wrangler tires. I know they're not the paddle tires designed for off-roading, but this is the way the truck comes from the factory, and I just dug myself in really deep just now. We're gonna see how it performs, so let's do it. Now here are some fun facts for you. This is actually where they filmed Star Wars at, when you see the sand dunes. It was filmed over here in Glamis. They've also filmed a Star Trek out here and many other great shows and movies. Just because, again, where in the world you get to experience a location quite like this? And flash forward, check this out. We have conquered this amazing mountain. The wind is absolutely unreal up here. It's really picking up fast and hard. You can see all the sand flying on the peaks. But having the all-new ZR2 way up here, it just looks absolutely unbelievable. The wheelbase is pretty long. It is a big pickup truck, right? But one main benefit it has that the competition can't compete with is that the sizing of it, it still maintains a framework and dimensions of the standard Silverado versus like the Raptor and TRX, which feature those prominent wide body effects. Those wide body effects, they look amazing, and I think we can all agree upon that, but this will be more easy to, I think, use when it comes to its performance on a regular day, everyday drivability standpoint, and then for like trailing, going between steep rocks and having more maneuverability. Yes, this does not have 700 plus horsepower like the TRX, nor does it have 450 or 60 like the Raptor. This does have 420 horsepower. With that being said, the 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque is coming from this amazing V8 under the hood right here. I'm a big fan of the ZR2 hood. It looks beyond aggressive, and you have an all naturally aspirated pushrod Chevrolet motor right underneath. All together with the glacier blue metallic paint job, I think this is a phenomenal spec. And it does have the optional dealer installed $1,000 side rocker boards, which will help protect the vehicle if you do plan on off-roading and you're going through some crazy sections where you might bottom out the vehicle. And with this, it enables you so that you can without damaging it. So the overall package itself, you're not just getting the Z71 lift with a 2-inch raised lift and the upgraded shocks. This has got DSSV multi-matic dampers, the same dampers you'll find essentially on the AT4X new GMC and also on like the Ford GT race car and so forth. These dampers, this suspension setup is found on anything from rally race cars, Baja vehicles, and then supercars on the racetrack. So the entire package itself, you've got some really cool features baked into it that vehicles like the Raptor or TRX don't have. This is a more livable, I'd say, everyday pickup truck that you can still off-road and not have the most crazy thing out there, but still maintain a certain level of composure with off-road capability. I have to say, I really do like this bespoke one-off hood assembly and front fascia that you get with the ZR2. You get the hollowed out Chevrolet logo with the red inserts. This front grille assembly finished with this gloss black looks so aggressive. Then behind it you can see the massive radiator, which will help feed cool air to the engine right behind this front fascia. And you get the special C style with the LED projection headlamps that kind of inspire that Chevrolet logo, right, on either side. Anyways, coming all the way down, what I do like though, and this is not just to show off, but you have this cutout, kind of like a reverse rear valence clip on track cars where it helps diffuse air. But it's a reverse because instead of diffusing air, this opening on the front bumper will help you gain clearance. So if you want to tackle some dips hard, you've got plenty more clearance up front to do that. Moving to the right, you see this prominent front skid plate that's massive and finished in this nice chrome silver metal finish. And then huge red tow hooks. So yeah, when you're driving this, you get looks, and I have definitely noticed a ton of looks so far. But my favorite aspect again is that hood with the aggressive 6.2 liter logos in the middle. Coming all the way up front, you do have all territory Goodyear Wrangler tires. These aren't gonna be the most optimum for sand dunes as you would expect, but as long as you air them down to, I'd say, around 12 to 15 PSI, it should really increase the contact patch for more grip on these road surface, or I guess off-road surface conditions. The wheel itself is an 18-inch wheel, but the sizing for the tires, they are 33 inches tall, and the width is 275 up front. Coming all the way underneath, you won't actually see the exhaust pipe exit out the back. It's hidden away and pointing straight down. And the reason why is because this exhaust canister and piping goes all the way to the very edge and points outwards. It can get damaged depending on ground clearance for your off-road adventures. So tucking it away, it really helps to protect the overall structure and components of the vehicle. Now here's a good angle of the DSSV Multimatic shocks. They are finished in this like signature gold yellow finish, and I cannot wait to show you how they perform. And before we do that, we gotta pop the hood so I can show you this all in a V8, and then let's see how it performs. Pushing up on the hood, and it's basically flying up because of wind. That's so funny, but tucked away right there. There you have it. The push rod, naturally aspirated V8 that's powering this awesome truck. It looks rugged and heavy duty. I better close it before the wind gets too hard, and we have our own like a front wing that picks up the truck. Taking a lot of effort, but I think I got it now. Let's go ahead and shut it. Let's get inside. All right, here we go. Starting up the all-new Chevrolet Silverado ZR2. So my back tires are kind of aired down already. I'll be pulling off down the road down there to fully air them down for our off-road fun. But this display is really cool. It shows us a degree of angle that this hill is right in front of us. So right about 5 degrees. It just looks so beyond scenic up here. I'm such a big fan of Glamis. But you know what? Let's pop it into drive and find a good area to pull off on to explore these sand dunes out here. Now this is an everyday streetable pickup truck with off-road capability, and that is the best part about it because it's not too off-road focused, whereas you start losing towing capacity, you can still tow 8,600 pounds worth of payload, that being, you know, like a trailer or a boat, you name it. The versatility is a big strong suit. Look how amazing the view is out here. The truck is already getting a bit dusty, a bit sandy already, but no worries there because this interior, even though it's got so many high-tech displays, a 13.4-inch display right here and a 12-inch display right in front of us, This is fully touchscreen, by the way, and this Google Maps system, look at that, there's absolutely no lag. I wish the system was as good in the C8 Corvette as this. But check out all the sand coming right over the road. Let's just cruise over it all like nothing. Nonetheless, what I was trying to say a second ago is that even though it's super high-tech in here, you have so many luxury and amenity features, it still is rugged. And you'll find a rugged, hard finish all throughout, so you don't feel any worries at all about taking this off the street. And I'll show you shortly. Whoa, look at those sand dunes building up on the street. Up, a bit of a jump right here. Here we go. This is straight out of like Abu Dhabi or Dubai. This is insane how California can look like this, but you have amazing mountain roads. You can drive your exotic supercars on, or sports cars like your C8 Corvette, and then go to the beach, the snow, you name it. It's just honestly a very smooth and comfortable vehicle. These DSS-V Multimatic shocks don't only give you astounding off-road performance, but on the street, I'd argue they're more comfortable than the standard shocks that you get with these vehicles because they're just so advanced. Alrighty, so here we go outside of the Silverado. I was about to say EV actually, because I just was shooting a video with the EV not too long ago. It was on the top of my head. But for the ZR2, I usually just use a key and a tire pressure gauge, but you can get much better equipment than this. This is just like the Jimmy rig, like just right off the shelf, just grab it. Anyways though, just release air for about like 20-30 seconds. Tires are at 13 PSI. Now we're in off-road mode, and I'll leave it in standard drive. Let's see how it performs out here. Here we go. Put ourselves into 4-wheel high. This thing is so composed over the bumps. I have to say, these DSS-V shocks, they feel amazing at all times. On the street they feel amazing, and then out here off-roading in the sand, just the grip you have with these Wrangler tires compounded with the contact of going over each one of these bumps with this dampening system. It handles itself very, very well. I have to say, I'm a big fan of the way it comes together. Similar to the AT4X I tested out with GMC, but this is Chevrolet's own spin on it with their Silverado platform. The chassis composure of going over and down every one of these bumps, it feels stiff, it feels rigid, and I don't feel any chassis flex whatsoever doing this. Some big dips right here, but with all the front end clearance, we're totally fine at all times. It feels like we can really attack these things hard. Wow, look at these dunes over here. Let's try to attack some of these and get some air with the ZR2. See if they can handle some dunes. Now, I'm not gonna go way out there because it's not duning season. So we'll be the only ones out there, and that is not what you wanna do. You wanna play it safe, but still enjoy the moment out here. Oh, let's try to go after that one right there. That looks pretty steep. Let's do it. Oh my gosh, that was insane. We fully ramped up over that. That was so awesome. The grip that you have with this vehicle and the horsepower, it gives you plenty to ramp over some of these dunes. Now, obviously, you want to be careful because you need to know what's on the other side. And if you go straight into the middle of the dunes and you go after a jump, well, you could find yourself in a witch's eye, which is like a hole in the ground that is almost impossible to get out from any angle. It's like a bowl of a dune in a circle. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Maybe my description is not the best. Power on. All right, let's get a feel for this thing in off-road mode. 4-wheel high. I think we can take that little jump right over there. Let's do it. Power on. About 40 miles an hour. This is so much fun out here. Overall, this is a great package that comes together as the most off-road capable Silverado ever made. So if you're especially a Silverado fan, you're gonna love this pickup truck. Alrighty, the sun is going down, getting back on the road. I think the best part about a truck like this is that this is able to accomplish and tackle anything you throw at it. If you want to go up to the mountains in the woods, you can do that. If you want to tow something to the racetrack, you can do that. Go over here to the sand dunes or off-road into some crazy terrain. With the driver modes that are configurable in the car, you're able to accomplish any type of goal or task you want. And since it's not too big and muscular, you're able to maneuver it in a more, I'd say, specific and more articulate way versus the big TRX and the Raptor. I'm still a huge fan of those vehicles. I know that 99% of buyers will not take it to the sand dunes, but I just want to show you what all you can throw at it, and you can drive it home right after and have no issues. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button to help me out, and subscribe for much more great content coming out your way. Again, impressed with the Silverado ZR2, and I cannot wait to see the latest generation pickups coming out soon. That is from Ford and other makes on the market. I'll see all of you in the next episode.